Welcome back to the garage conversion. I say garage conversion, it's more of a build at the moment. Once we've got this roof on, then it will become more of a conversion. Today we're going to make a start on building the roof and getting the whole structure ready for the new deck. We've still got our temporary situation over here, so I think the best thing to do, I can't tell what the weather is because it's so foggy at the moment, but I think it's going to be dry. So I reckon we should brave it and we should just drop the whole lot, clear up and have a good sweep, and then we can get all of them put in and do it in one hit. I just had a little fiddle around with that one there. I think just the mortar, as it was overnight, the beam had just settled a little bit back, leaning back. It was flat that way and level, but it was just off plumb. So I just cut a little cheeky stainless steel shim and tapped it under just to take it back. It's now fully supported and level, so that's all good. On the other side, on the wall plate, I used some, they said heavy duty, but they're not. They are the same style as this, where it's slightly rolled steel. The galvanising, they're absolutely fine for that side. Gravity's doing most of the work, I guess. But these are much heavier duty. So I'm just about ready to mark out where the joists are going to sit. I'm not sure, joists or rafters with a flat roof. Call them joists. There's a few things that I need to be careful of. One is I don't know if these walls are parallel, and if you'd seen me last night trying to extend a tape measure over the 4-meter span, and it was comedy sketch. Such as life as a single DIYer. But I'm not too concerned about that because we'll trim the overhang level all the way along. Another thing I don't know is, I don't know if it's parallel to the house. So of course it's been extended twice since the house was built, and I think it's going to be worth, because I don't know whether I should start marking out from this end or that end. So I'm going to try and measure that out now, and then I'll probably mark up here to make sure our overhang is going to be okay. Okay, so we had 8315 on that side. There's about 50-60 mil difference, and to be honest, my measurements were probably plus or minus 10-20 mil anyway. Alright, well, it's not miles off. So let's mark up from the house wall first, and I'm going to set the first rafter or joist off the wall by, I don't know, 20 mil or so. 400 sensors all the way along, mark those on, same along the other side, and then we're going to start prepping the beams and the plate ready for them, because it's a little bit too shy for a bird's mouth, so I'm just going to notch it like you would do on a timber frame. Right, quick chance to explain my thought process here. In a typical flat roof, if you can, then it's best to level your walls up, put your joists on flat so it's all nice and level, and then you put a furring strip, which is like a tapered strip of timber on top of them. There's a couple of reasons I didn't do that. That first way gives you a flat ceiling, easier to fit the joists. The negative is you've got a bigger build-up, so on the high end we'd be about 100 mil or more higher on the front, so you'd end up with a very big fascia. But also you've got the added expense of the timber, and for this roof I think it came out at about £150, and that was with me cutting the furring strips myself, which takes time as well on the circular saw. So I've gone this route. This route also keeps us below our height. There was a restriction as far as kind of planning goes. We didn't want to change the height of the roof. So here's that angle, which is no good because all of our roof weight would be on this outer edge. So if I slide it across the notch, you can see as it goes down into that angled notch, it's fully supported across the whole beam. And if we do that on all of them, we should be good. Time to get chiseling. Right, microphone battery's gone on there, I think, but you don't really need it because now is the constructive part of putting all of the rafters up, or the joists, and hopefully get some shape to the building. We've got some nice evening light, so cue the time lapse. thing I always forget to do is give a plug for people to subscribe to the channel before right at the end of the video. Well, half of you are probably gone by then making a cup of tea. So if you haven't subscribed already, then you can join along this journey of DIY and madness by clicking the subscribe button and the bell symbol, and give you an update every time we upload a video. I'll also, each video, try and remember to put any links to tools we use, like an Amazon affiliate link, to things that seem to be working for us. If they're naff, then I won't suggest them. So hopefully they can give our bit of a stamp of approval on things. Right, back on with the job. We got pretty close, but I've called off for tea time. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright, we're back, and it's jolly cold this morning. There is frost everywhere. Ice on the duck pond. Frost on the rafters. But I'm hoping that this morning we can get the last few timbers secured up here. I can't remember how many left, probably 10 or so. Once they're all in, then Eden and I are going to go out and get all the roofing sheets. And I think that'll be in the next video, but First, before I get those, I need to trim all of the ends of all the rafters so that they're plumb. But we'll get to that in a minute. First up, I need to bang all these in, make sure everything's nicely centered, and then hopefully it'll make it easier when we come to do the sheets. I'm beginning to see the benefits of nailing. It's actually really strong as well. Skewing, I'm just in 2 in either side, but by the time we put our straps on and all of our OSB on top, it's solid. One of the benefits I'm finding is you can put in the first nail and just knock it across. If you're a couple of mil off, knock the beam across, you've got that little bit of forgiveness, and then you can get the rest in. Whereas screws, you haven't really got that at all. Bit of feedback on the nailer. A lot of people in the reviews were moaning about the size of this rafter hook, which is huge. You wouldn't use it for your belt, and for kind of a standard joist it's a bit clumsy, but actually all the way along here I've been hooking it on the beam, which is a doubled up beam, which is I guess 100 mil or so thick, and it's just perfect for that, and it can work along. So I can kind of see where they're coming from, and especially if we're doing timber framing on like the oak or whatever, and more of it was the bigger size beams, putting a roof on. I can see why you might want it, or on a purlin or something like that, but it is quite chunky. Okay, finally, after crawling around like Spider-Man, the main roof structure is done. Next up is going to be the noggings down the middle. I just need one centre span. Over 2.5 meters means you need center support, and then last of all I'll go along and we'll cut all the overhangs so that they're nice and plumb. Right, just been in to grab a cup of tea, ended up doing this, and I also suddenly realised there's no hurry to put all those noggings in, because you need 50 mil airflow all the way from soffit to soffit on a cold roof like this, and if I was to just put in the same timber, the same height timber, I'd just be blocking it off in the middle, so it's no good. So that's perfectly structural. That will stop any twisting with the timbers anyway. So I can stick those in after, because the OSB is not going to be fixed into those. So all I need to do really is to square off our ends, our overhangs, and then we can get on with the sheeting. Seemed to work alright, as always, making it up as I go along, but we're fairly straight now. Now I need to get the other side done. You're a bit battered and cracked, but I think you survived. There's a few bits of lens cap everywhere, but the overhangs are cut, everything is much straight, so the next phase should be much easier. We've just been, Eden and I have been to pick up all the roofing sheets, the OSB, so we're ready to go on the next stage, I think. So thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions, or if you can tell me how I should have done it. Yes, there would have been scaffolding, and there would have been 5 of us on site and all sorts, and I could have used I-joists as the other option to cut down on the timber use, The reason I couldn't do that is because with the insulation method we're doing. So there's a few things that I'll try and cover in the next couple of videos. But yeah, discussions below as always. So thanks for watching. Remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.